Okay, hello and welcome to this video. We are going to go over the climate report for April, as well as the weather that we are going to be dealing with as we have entered May. Uh, so April, of course, no surprise, it was above normal at iSlip. So looking at the average maximum of 61.3, that is 3 degrees above normal. The normal is supposed to be 58.3. The average minimum of 44.3, 3.1 degrees above the normal of 41.2, and that gives us a mean of 52.8, which is 3.1 degrees above the normal of 49.7. So a very warm month. Rainfall, very much below normal, 1.98 inches. Even though it seemed like we had rainy days, the rain wasn't heavy. It was always that light rain drizzle. Didn't really amount to all that much. 1.98 inches. That is 2.08 inches below normal. The normal is supposed to be 4.06. And yeah, we've had a lot of light rain. Look at that, 20 days with light rain, and 3 days with heavy rain, but not any still below normal when it comes to precipitation at iSlip. We're going to look at Central Park as well. And Central Park also running above normal by about 1.6 degrees for the month. And precipitation, not quite as dry there, 3.25 inches, but that's still below the normal of 4.09 inches. So definitely drier than normal, warmer than normal, April, looking at overhaul. And Newark, we'll just go ahead and look at Newark, which always tends to have the biggest departures, but actually it doesn't. 2.8 degrees above normal there. But precipitation, too, below normal there as well by 1.5, almost an inch and a half of rain. So we'll look at JFK as well. You can look at that site as well. So JFK, average maximum 62.1. Normal's 58.8. That's 3.3 degrees above normal. The average minimum 45.6, 2.7 degrees above the normal 42.9. And a mean of 53.8. Which is, again, almost 3 degrees above the normal. So 2.9 degrees above normal. Rainfall, again, below normal. JFK only got 2.17 inches of rain. Supposed to be 3.55 inches of rain. So, drier and warmer than normal. And just a lot of days with light rain, but not 17 days with light rain, but not still wound up being below normal. So, there you go. Below normal precipitation, above normal temperatures for April. Now, we did have some nice weather for this week, but the pattern is changing. You definitely felt the humidity increase today. Though we did still have some sunshine, we also had some pop-up showers and thunderstorms as well. Showing you, we'll go to the radar here. We'll just show you what it looked like earlier on, so you can see. Look at the radar. We'll rewind it earlier on. We did have some severe thunderstorm warning actually for southern Ocean County. And there were thunderstorms popping up off to the south, and you could actually see the cumulonimbus, this particular one right here. Got a pretty good photo of it here. You can see that right there. That's a nice little photo of it. Another photo of it there. Really... And then we actually had some blue skies, though, for a little bit in the afternoon. It seemed like the haze cleared out for a little bit. And we also had this as well. This is from a cell that was earlier on in the day, around 3 o'clock. We had a couple of cells pop up right on the Monmouth-Middlesex County border, and then moved out into New York Harbor. Again, nothing severe got close to us. Tomorrow is probably going to be more active. For sure. Looking at temperatures right now, it's actually a pleasant evening. Temperatures are in the low 60s for the most part here. Low 60s, 61 at Farmingdale, 63 at Islip. Notice the dew point, though, is 57. And we did have highs in the mid-70s today. So it was a warmer day across Long Island. It was much hotter inland, depending on where you were, of course. LaGuardia is 70, and so is my alley, which is also 70 as well. Yeah.
Oh, I hate this place!
I know. And the air conditioner here is struggling. I think my air conditioner may not be working properly. So that's I really need like a 10,000 BTU in this place. Tiny little apartment, but it's so hot here. But anyway, see on the South Shore, temperatures are in the upper 50s. But if you're in Jersey, it's probably a little bit warmer. Let's see. Yeah, 68 in Toms River, so much warmer inland because that south-southwest wind is over the land versus the water. And that kind of, tells you the story with the highs today across Long Island, mid-70s for a lot of areas in the central part of Long Island. The North Shore, however, we had low 80s, and it is showing an 80 degrees in Hicksville. So probably got up to close to 80 in Mineola probably, and above 80 on the North Shore. Meanwhile, if you were on the South Shore, highs were only in the mid to upper 60s, and upper 60s on the South Fork, low 70s on the North Fork. And then as you worked your way into the city, 83 for a high at Central Park, 84 at LaGuardia, 78 at JFK, and of course you make your way into Jersey. This is where the heat really was. Oh my gosh. Miller Air Park in the Pine Barrens west of Toms River got up to 90 degrees. 90 degrees. We're going to have to play that again. For those people in Toms River who had to deal with the heat today, because it's very hot there as well. Upper 80s. Man, that is unbelievable. Wow, they really overperformed. And that's because the ground is dry, so it heats up fast. And it doesn't help with that fire that's still burning. It's contained, but it's burning and smoldering until there is some rain. Unfortunately, that thunderstorm missed the fire and went to the south of it, the one that hit Southern Ocean County. It was more like south of Stafford Township. But you can see mid to upper 80s in Jersey, so very hot today. No surprise, the heat really was cranking. So we'll go back to the climate, and we'll look at our daily climate report for Islip. A high of, drum roll please, deciding to not work. There we go. High of 76 and a low of 56, 12 degrees above normal for the high, 11 degrees above normal for the day. And we're starting off this month above normal with temperatures too, of course. Central Park got up to 84. That's 16 degrees above normal for a high. And Newark, New Jersey, 87. That's 18 degrees above normal for the high. So very warm. And we're going to see that warmth again tomorrow because we are in the warm sector. That warm front moved through last night to trigger some thunderstorms. Precipitation, obviously, not a whole lot. We go look at Islip. What did it get? Rainfall, 0.14 inches. So, and that's pretty much what these showers did overnight. If we, again, look at the radar rewind, and we go all the way to last night in the morning, you'll see those showers that popped up over us, and they moved over Suffolk County. They became much more numerous, fortunately, as they headed into Massachusetts, and they definitely needed some rain there because there was a wildfire on Cape Cod. I think that's out under control now. Definitely getting some help from that rainfall, and that's definitely going to help a lot, for sure. But today, definitely noticing the haze. Definitely see some haze. You can see the haze in the sky today. I think we definitely had some wildfire smoke again in the air this evening here. We can look at the air quality AQI here, and we actually have green. It's actually showing green, so maybe it's improved, but it seemed like I smelled a little bit of smoke this evening, a little bit. So looking at the radar currently, there are thunderstorms. There's a complex of thunderstorms on eastern Pennsylvania, and another one over Ohio. This is the activity that kind of moves a little closer to us tomorrow. And looking at the weather map, you'll see that warm front now has passed through. We are in the warm sector. We've got a stalling front with numerous low pressure systems along it, and that means that May is going to start unsettled for sure. Well, looking at the Storm Prediction Center, they got a marginal risk just to our west tonight, and then as we go into tomorrow, day 2, you'll see that marginal risk actually gets a little closer, covers New Jersey as well as the Hudson Valley. And maybe the Bronx. So it's close enough. We go to day 3, and we don't see that anymore, but we will have rain chances. So tomorrow is going to probably be more active than today. And looking at the satellite image, we'll just pan this out a little more. And you can see what we've got going on here. So again, we got this stalling front. And you can see there's this big system here. So this is a big complex system that's going to be stalling out and bringing a period of wet weather, an extended period of wet weather for us for this week. So we'll go ahead and we'll just start looking at the models and show you what's going to be happening, obviously. So, so our weather alert for tomorrow is going to be severe thunderstorm risk, and then we're going to be dealing with a wet period. So the GFS was really slow to catch on. All the other models had this happening. GFS kept pushing that front through. Finally, changed its mind a couple of days ago. But we're going to first go to the upper air pattern and just show you what we got. We're going to start with the Euro because that was the model that had this right the whole time. And we'll look at the jet stream first of all, to show you what's going to be happening. So the jet stream becomes a mess as we head into this first week of May. We got a cutoff low that's going to be sitting just to our west. That's going to keep us in the moisture. It doesn't really move away until Wednesday, but then another low takes its place. You can see that, and then there's the jet stream is really messed up and very disorganized. Not a surprise as we deal with the changing climate, and so Euro is right all along on this. GFS again just took time to catch up, but you see what happens as we head. So we have a little bit of a ridge as a trough that kind of digs to the west, and then there's that cutoff right there, and you got what you call a blocking pattern. So you got a high over here. It's not going to allow this low. It's just going to sit here and keep us in unsettled weather, and then another one takes its place as we get toward next weekend. So no real extended, really warm days, though you can see with the jet stream cutoff, we're not really going to have access to any cool air either. But definitely see this has a look to just being unsettled, I think, at this point. We can look at the GFS, probably showing the same thing at this point, but yeah, pretty much. GFS still has a little bit of a different look for next weekend. Let's not. GFS is being overly optimistic because it goes by climatology. It's a little less advanced than the Euro, but you still sort of see a cutoff over there to some extent. So that is the problem we are going to be dealing with. So we're going to go and we'll look at the temperature anomalies as well. Again, I'm just going to use the Euro at this point because the GFS not doing so well in the longer range. Sometimes it does good, but not this time. You see the temperatures will stay above normal. So we're not going to really have below normal temperatures. The temperatures still tend to stay above normal. So we're going to be dealing with lots of moisture and unsettled weather in this pattern that we're going to be entering in. So now, unfortunately, this does give us the 7 to 300. So you can see the kind of moisture that's going to be involved in being put into our area. And you can see there it is. Almost looks like an atmospheric river. And that's what we're going to be in Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And then we don't really get out of it until Wednesday. And then another little batch comes in for next weekend. So there is going to be a lot of rainfall as a result of all of this. All right. And if we do go to the Weather Prediction Center, I closed it up, but I'll put it back up again. If we look at the QPF here, and we just go to, okay, I guess that's not going to work. Okay, so we'll just do this. If we look at the amount of rainfall here that the Euro has putting out, total accumulated precip, run this through all the way to the end, yeah, we could have 5-6 inches of rain. So May looks like we're going to have an above normal month for precipitation, which we do need, but unfortunately it's going to be dragged out over a large number of days. But this maybe finally puts an end to the drought. And if I look at the GFS here, yeah, GFS showing much drier conditions. I'm not even buying the GFS at this point because it was wrong from the beginning. So we'll go to the European. We'll take you to the surface. And this is the 18Z European. So, again, showing you a lot of rain there, but we're going to look at the 12Z because it gives us a longer, more of an idea of what we're going to be dealing with. So you see what happens. That high kind of gets stuck over eastern Canada. Now, if you're in Maine and perhaps in Nova Scotia or New Brunswick, you're going to have nice weather, but we are going to be stuck in the rain for quite a while. You can see that starts Sunday, and it's going to last through Monday, Tuesday, and maybe finally trying to get out of here by Wednesday, but it's still going to have a chance of a shower in the forecast. The rain finally moves into Maine at that time, but then here we are Thursday, more precipitation, and then here's the next low that cuts off starting into Friday into next weekend, bringing more rain chances for Saturday, and then maybe we finally see some improvement by then. But it's going to be a really crappy pattern for quite a while. So that's what we have to look forward to. Though we do again need the rain, it's going to be a lot of rain. If you can look at again the total accumulated precip, you can see by Sunday we really start getting into it. Monday and Tuesday, those are probably going to be your wettest days, and then with the second system, we're going to have even more. So you can see here some areas could get as much as 5 inches of rain through mid-May. So yeah, expect a wetter than normal pattern. However, the Climate Prediction Center, I'm noting, not buying it. They have us above normal temperatures and below normal precipitation. I don't know why. There's the 6 to 10 day, they have us near normal, and the 8 to 10 day. So I don't know. They don't think it's going to happen. I'm not so sure about that. I think the Euro has handled this a lot better. I guess they're going with the GFS. I guess, and I honestly don't understand why, but I guess we'll see once it gets started. So now that we looked at the longer range models, we'll go to the shorter range models, and just to show you the dew point as well. Moisture in the air will be a constant thing. So you'll see the southerly flow. Here we are, Saturday, southerly flow. Sunday, southerly, southeasterly flow. And you see, I'm going to get that onshore flow Monday and Tuesday with the southeast wind, some really saturated air. And we try to bring in drier air from the west on Wednesday, but it kind of washes out a little bit. And Thursday, you can see, here comes the next one. So we're not really going to have any really nice dry air for us for a while. It's going to be moist. And you're going to have a lot of clouds around and a lot of shower chances. Really crappy. This could be one of the worst Mays. This is one of the worst Mays I've ever seen as far as the pattern goes. So, temperatures, again, still it won't be all that cool. You'll see here we go into tomorrow. You'll see, again, the heat inland. On the coast will be cooler, but then we dial back the heat as we won't be we'll have a little bit on Sunday, but again, I think as we get into Monday, Tuesday, you're not going to see the sun at all those days. Wednesday, maybe you'll see maybe a little bit of sun, but really no. They're indicating rising temperatures toward the end of the period. But here we go with a more backdoor. Call it backdoor hell. It looks like trying to develop. So not really a very good pattern at all. If you have the means to do so, go travel out west or north or something, because things are going to suck out here, and I don't know how I'm going to deal with being stuck inside for so long. I may try to find a way to go away, and I've never done it before in my life. But this is going to be hard for me to deal with emotionally. So let's go look at our shorter range models now. And we will go and start with the HRRR. Just to show you what we're going to be dealing with tomorrow. And we will have to worry about a severe threat tomorrow. So you see the winds again, southerly winds, that'll be a little more of a southerly versus southwesterly flow. So tomorrow, maybe a bit cooler on Long Island, but you see the humidity still high. That is going to be the focus here for the showers and thunderstorms. And then you can see the southerly flow continues on Sunday, turning a little more southeasterly, so the temperatures will be a little lower. But you see the dew points do stay high. Temperatures. You also have a cape on here, too, I'm going to look at as well. Temperatures obviously not really dropping all that much tonight. Probably maybe upper 50s. And then tomorrow, if you're inland, Jersey, mid-upper 80s, maybe perhaps 90 again. But if you're on Long Island, Nassau County, probably well into the 70s. Suffolk County, low 70s. South Shore, mid to upper 60s. And then the temperatures do drop a little bit tomorrow night. And then Sunday, not quite as warm because we will have more cloud cover and precipitation. Let's look at those cape levels. This is a different feature I'm going to use here. You can see some of that tape mainly off to the west, but that's where you can most likely to see the severe thunderstorms tomorrow. So let's see what this model is generating for thunderstorm activity for tomorrow. And you will see here fairly quiet, but then you'll notice there are some showers and thunderstorms popping up, mainly to the north and the west, not over Long Island, but still there could be something perhaps in the evening as you get close to the night. But all the action is still staying to the northwest. It's not until we get towards Sunday that we start seeing some more of that shower activity get into our area, though it still looks fairly scattered. This is right through Sunday night at this point. It still looks very scattered. So we'll go over to the NAM next. because that one tends to be more aggressive. We do have the 0Z NAM, unfortunately, to look at as well. And it looks like the NAM just keeps it all to the northwest. It's not, but look at this. Once you get to 8 o'clock, it looks like it's trying to develop something over the city here. So, but most of the activity seems to stay to the north and west of Long Island. And then as we get into Sunday, not really showing much action, just some light shower activity. And this actually goes all the way out till Monday. And you can see once we get toward Monday, then we'll be talking more about that atmospheric river type of deal. And I'll have another video Sunday night about this. Though, depending on what happens tomorrow night, maybe we'll have a video too. We'll have to see what happens, if there's any severe weather in our area or not. I'll use the RGEM for skies just to show you what we're going to be dealing with cloud cover, obviously. So there will be sunshine, but you'll have those passing high clouds again. It won't be a nice blue sky. We got lucky today. We had a break of blue sky, which I wasn't expecting, so maybe tomorrow we'll get lucky. But tomorrow, that's it. The last you see of the sun, because once you get to Sunday, that's it. We're stuck in the clouds, and we're going to be stuck there for a while, Monday, Tuesday, and all the other stuff. So, being that GFS is being way, way overly optimistic, I can look at it, but the GFS showing that we're going to be stuck in the clouds for a while. And maybe it has us trying to get us out by Thursday or Friday. This is the GFS, though, right? Euro isn't showing this. So we'll have to wait till a week from today, if the GFS was right, for us to get a clear day. I can look at the Canadian as well. This doesn't go as far out. Canadian a little more optimistic, too. So hopefully, maybe we'll see improvement by next weekend. Hopefully. But we got to get through this week first. We do need the rain. It's just, wish it wasn't drawn out over such a long period of time. Rather get it in like an overnight soaker or whatever. Maybe a couple overnight soakers. That would be the best thing. But anyway, we've got one more model to look at, and that's the HDRPS. Let's see what this one is doing for tomorrow. And you'll see that, again, the activity seems to stay to the northwest. Here we are, staying more to the north. But those storms literally go right through. That is a nice, impressive storm, but it's just to the north of us. Although it could be putting on some nice lightning, perhaps. We'll have to see if we can get any nice lightning from those storms. And we will have to see what happens with that. But that looks, we'll have to see what happens. We'll see if we can get in some action from that storm, perhaps. But again, all the action seems to stay to the northwest tomorrow. So chances of seeing, because that stable marine air is just going to keep the storminess away. So let's go to the Cape next, and we'll go ahead and we'll look at the Cape for tomorrow. And we'll go into the afternoon. And there is Cape, but you notice again it's to the north. So that stable marine air kind of keeping the Cape values down over Long Island, over the coastal areas. So we'll have to see if we get any really things to Long Island. If you're north and west, you definitely have much better chance of seeing action. But for us, maybe we'll get to see some heat lightning at night. Maybe that might be the best thing. Cloud cover for tomorrow. There will be a good decent amount of it again, though there will be some sun from time to time. But as far as clear sky goes, no, probably not. So I think that wraps things up for this end of April and beginning of May weather video. Have a good night.